We'll save that for a little while. Oh, are we lagging on? What are we lagging on? Are we lagging here? No, my FPS is good, man. Is it lagging on XSplit again? There we go, that's way better, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. Alright, so again, so we've got some issues with the new version of XSplit, so I cannot wait to get back to my actual streaming computer instead of streaming on this laptop, because there's just been so many issues, I just cannot deal with it. It is Friday, apparently. Thank you, LFX. I hope you're having a very good Friday. And we'll see whose Friday is going to be going better here in this game. As in the top left-hand corner of the map, the red Zerg player from Team Liquid, Snute. He has his WCS Challenger League match against Bly in 3 days' time, so I'm pretty sure his ZVZ will be tip-top notch. And down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our blue Zerg player representing Karnage eSports here, WaKa. He has been a big player in the past for teams in the Team League. He was a big player for Karnage earlier this season when they played against... who did they play against? Dignitas Dead Pixels. They're the only team so far this season to have defeated Dignitas Dead Pixels. And because of that, it was because of WaKa. And because of that, they are kind of still in the running for the playoffs here, but it's not going to be easy. I believe they would need to win against all remaining teams, which would be Liquid, Invasion, and... who else? Liquid, Invasion, and EC Visualize. So EC Visualize they can probably beat. Liquid would be hard. And Invasion are probably manageable for them now that Invasion don't have as many of their strongest players left. It's kind of a weird scenario with Invasion, but Karnage could definitely challenge for a playoff spot. But I guess they could maybe do it as well if they didn't beat Team Liquid. But it would become even harder, and it might come down to map scoring. Depends on other results more so than what they then do. So an important match here for Liquid. This match is probably, I mean, they've got 3 matches left to play. Theoretically they could fall out of the playoffs, but you know, out of 3 matches against weaker teams, it's very unlikely that they're actually going to lose, you know, all of them. So I would imagine Liquid are pretty much already safe in the playoffs right now. But any kind of, you know, every match they win is going to secure them a better position and avoid a harder opponent until further into the playoffs. So we're getting started here, and it's just ZVZ. We've had slightly different openings, it would seem. Snute already has a Zergling Speed on the way. WaKa's Zergling Speed is just starting up right now, and I don't really know if it was Hatch or Pool first, but I guess it's not that important. Snute's speed is quite quick, so I imagine that this was kind of a Hatch Gas Pool against just a Hatch Pool Gas from his opponent. So slight differences here early on. You can notice that WaKa has left all 3 workers in his gas, whereas Snute, he's only got 1 in there, so just slowly going to be building up his gas count after that first 100 for the Zergling Speed. And, you know, he'll just go from there. He's got the potential to put down a Baneling Nest now if he feels he needs one. We've just got 6 Zerglings on the way out for him, and they're going to be heading across the map here very, very soon. So 6 10-lings now on the way, and they'll be across the map very shortly. There's the Baneling Nest. In fact, no, they're not going to cross the map. They're going to hide in the main. Okay, they're just going to sit at the front. Snute's actually starting to move out with a couple of queens, just looking to try and hunt down an Overlord or 2, and he will find one here. He should be able to get the kill on this, especially if WaKa continues to walk it forwards like this and not really pay attention to it. And this Overlord will now start to die, and it will go down very quickly. These 2 queens make very quick work of that, and Overlord pops down. And that's really nice, because actually Snute is hiding so many of these Zerglings right now. And WaKa has absolutely no idea about it. 2 Zerglings of his own coming through the middle of the map. They're about to get intercepted immediately here, and he sees a few Zerglings coming across, but again, he doesn't really have the map vision to see how many more are going to be following this up, and he doesn't even have, okay, he's got a few Zerglings out right now. He can move a couple into Banes, but there's Snute putting in some Banelings as well. WaKa with a couple of Spankles actually already building here, and maybe just feeling as though he is in a little bit of trouble. His Zergling's going to wrap around the first queen here, and well, he does have a Spankle in the back. He's going to lose 2 of these queens. Then Banelin's about to come in, and that's going to be the real issue now, as he does have a couple of Banelings of his own, and running into the main base to try and help out as fast as they can. Single Baneling here for Snute. Gets a couple of drones. He's killed 5 in total so far, putting him at an 8-worker lead overall. But he's going to have to make units now, whereas it'll be WaKa who will kind of respond from this by droning up himself while putting on some pressure of his own, moving across the map, actually catching some of these links with Snute, who misvalues them, I guess, or I guess he clicked to send them maybe over here, but then they were just caught in amongst the Zerglings of WaKa, so they get caught, and WaKa does need to make them drones. He is very far behind in that work count. He actually lost both of his only 2 queens, so he's actually lacking injects right now as well, so he has to kind of decide what's most important here. And going forwards, he's just going to try and take a bit of a fight. Can he really do anything though? A couple of banelings for Snute, and honestly, probably no, he cannot. I don't think here, as these lings just going to run southbound and get out of there. Snute just going to sit tight with these couple of banes in his natural, and I'm going to send a couple of lings over to his third, whether he's looking to come around the right hand side of the map or whether he's just checking to see if anything was there to stop him taking his third base, which he will probably look to do very soon. Either way, he's just checked that out right now, and it looks as though he's just sending a drone over there. So just wanted to make sure it was clear and ready to be taken when he sends his drone over. So third base on the way for Snute, and a lair on the way for both players. WaKa's will be ever so slightly sooner here. Evo Chamber already down for Snute as well, so slight differences starting to appear in their builds. Obviously Snute was a lot more aggressive earlier on, and he has had that WaKa lead, but now he's looking as though he's going to have a completely different composition to the composition of WaKa. It looks as though he's going to be going into this roach style of play, expecting to see that +1 missile attack coming up soon as he tries to run back into the main base, but it doesn't work out for him. Whereas WaKa, he's starting to take his extra gases, and he's going to go up to 4 gases in total, and with this lair finishing, that means we're going to be seeing the Spire coming down for him and Mutalisk play coming in. So, different styles of play from both players, and it's always interesting to see how exactly it plays out in ZVZ. You know, is one of these guys going to end up being like, well, it's always interesting, right? Because he's muting against Roach, and we'll see if Snute wants to kind of be aggressive and try and hit a timing before the muters come out and get some damage done, or we'll see how well WaKa can control the muters, and we'll see, you know, how many muters he decides to make. Does he just go to kind of the 12 with +1, which I feel is kind of standard when you go against Roaches, that sort of number, and from there you're able to start going into Roaches of your own, and just, you know, and then of course we see from the Roach player what kind of tech does he invest into to deal with the Mutalisks. Does he go into Hydras? Does he go straight to Infestors? There's always kind of a couple of different ways to deal with it. Generally you end up on a Roach, Hydra, Infestor army, but there's a couple of different ways you can start out heading in that direction. +1's halfway done for Snute right now, with Roach speed on the way as well, as the first few Roaches coming into the game. Spire looking to complete shortly for WaKa, and he'll have his own muters coming out fairly soon. You can see he's pretty low down in supply right now, as Snute just really kind of busting out the roach numbers, and he's actually got a hell of a lot of roaches. He's got 7 in production alongside 14 already on the map, and of course he does have a baneling nest down, so if he wanted to, he could maybe go for, I mean, he probably wouldn't actually morph all the rest of his lings into banelings. He doesn't really have the gas, but I mean, even if he just pulls these big lings across the map, it's going to be a pretty powerful timing here. 8 Mutalisks on the way, and of course the main problem for WaKa is, yes, there's nothing here for Snute that can shoot up, but it takes these Mutalisks time to clear this out. So WaKa starts up another spine crawl, and now his mutals are, you know, they're going to hit just as they come out, just as these roaches enter the natural. But they're going to take a while to clean this up, so this third base is actually probably going to end up being cancelled here. But Snute is going to lose the majority of this army, as the banelings get targeted down first. That's going to allow the Zerglings to come in here and help out a little bit. A couple of banelings coming in as well, and they're going to actually get some okay connections on the front few roaches. And again, it's just a matter of kind of how fast can you kill all of these, and the answer is probably not going to be very quickly, as there's just not that many Mutalisks in the sky. Some more lings on the way out, they'll help to kind of slow these roaches down, do a little bit of extra damage to them. WaKa does get the cancel on that spine crawler, losing his queen here in the natural, as at the same time in the main base, some lings pop out to these roaches, which are kind of clearing up the mineral line there. And well, Snoot's going to get cleaned up. He's killed 5 workers altogether, but look how many drones he's got back at home. 65 in total, so he's well saturated on this free base. He's also going to snipe down the Spire, which means WaKa's not able to make any further Mutalisks. And now he basically has no tech on the map. He does keep his third base alive, but he's going to have to drone up so heavily, and after losing 9 workers, all of his queens, again, that's going to be very difficult to do. He lost a lot of mining time in that as well, so he's fighting from 30 workers behind, and this is not going to be an easy one here for WaKa to come back from, as he does move across the map with the Mutalisks. Now these muters, they do give him some sort of potential to kind of fight his way back into this game, and coming in here now he will try and focus down some of these queens, but of course transfuses are abundant in this high queen number from Snute, and well, how many are going to go down? Oh, still doesn't even get a queen. Now he gets one, now he gets still not a second actually, and WaKa's actually just going GG there with not getting anything done with those Mutalisks. Is kind of the nail in the coffin really, you know, once you know you've sort of realized, oh crap, I can't actually do anything, then you